Welcome back, FFU, to another episode of the Devy Diamonds, where we're going to talk about different prospects that have some relevancy as far as you used to be having them on your radar. And today we're talking about none other than a guy that kind of dipped last year in rankings, but he's showing some promise this year, and that is Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik. So that's a tongue twister there for you. But we're going to talk about this quarterback and what he's doing and how he's, rising the rankings really and, really helping himself out this season. First, a little history on Cade Klubnik. He was a five-star prospect out of Westlake High School in Austin, Texas. Shout out my Texas athletes. QB2 in the nation, according to 247 Sports, for the class of 2022. Pretty phenomenal. And he had over 25 Division One offers coming out into his senior year, which is pretty nice. However, it was his last offer that kind of really did it for him. And that was Clemson giving him the final offer. And he said, okay, this is the school I want to go to. So whatever they did during that offer, those talks with him, really set forth the future for him, just saying, hey, this is where I want to go. Now, as a freshman, he saw some opportunity, just a little bit of sprinkle here and there against the ACC championship or at the ACC championship against North Carolina. In that game, he dominated with 83% completion, 279 yards, and one touchdown. His first full-time start to help Clemson really win the ACC title. However, in the Capital One Orange Bowl, when he played against Tennessee, it was a completely different story as far as what he did. He did throw for 320 yards, so that's great, but he really struggled to hit his targets. He only had 55% completion, and he threw two interceptions. So it was kind of we saw something great, and then we saw something that was like, nah, this isn't really, I don't know what's going to happen here. However, in year two, his sophomore year, he became the full-time starter. That season, he had some promise, right? And like it was, in a sense, his true freshman season. We saw the struggles as well. He did throw for just under 64% completion there, had over 2,800 yards, and had 19 touchdowns, which that was the impressive part. But on top of the 19 touchdowns, he had 9 interceptions. So again, just raising some doubt. Like, all right, is this guy really hitting it, or is he gonna continue to struggle, not get the reads correctly, and kind of underthrow some passes, maybe try to force some tight passes in the tight windows, things of that nature? That it's just like that's gonna grow as he matures, right? As he gets older and gets better and understands it. He was sacked 28 times that year too. So again, maybe that's it. He just wasn't getting it. The pressure was hurting him, and that just forced him to make bad decisions throwing the ball. This season, however, again, just like in that freshman season, we saw the ACC championship, something really great. In the Capital One Orange Bowl, we saw, this kind of not so great. This season, it's flip-flop, right? Last season, it was like, all right, maybe Cade Klubnik isn't that top prospect that we wanted. But now we're saying, okay, maybe he might be, right? This season, Klubnik is on pace to throw for just over 3,100 yards, on pace to throw for 34 touchdowns. His vision has cleaned up. He's looked better in the pocket. He looks more confident in the pocket. He's gained better protection, only 5 sacks on the season thus far. And he's being more efficient in the running game. Right now, he has 4 rushing touchdowns, which ties his season in rushing touchdowns last season. So, again, he's already being more efficient there using his feet, which is something we did see in high school. So it's great that he's doing that, extending the plays and becoming a playmaker himself. He's averaging 5.45 yards per carry on 41 rushing attempts. That's 227 yards on the ground right now. After last year's dip in the rankings, he's like, whoa, slow down. Don't make me drop. I'm rising up. Right now, I have him as a day 2 prospect. And I think if he could win the ACC, Miami's a strong contender, but if he could win the ACC, we may be talking about him. But he's looking great with the talent he has around him. He's connected with his wide receivers. Again, he's being more poised in the pocket to make the plays happen, and he's delivering. And he's also extending the plays. He's using his feet to get out the pocket and make his own things, which leads me into his strength. Right now, athleticism. We've seen it. Cade Klubnik is very fluid in the pocket. When he does use his feet, he's dangerous. He knows how to move around, right? How to extend the play and just escape pressure. And he really has some good arm strength. He has a good arm talent. He knows how to make those throws. He can make those NFL type of throws. It allows him to be very accurate on some deep passes, and he has that touch, right? If he needs to hit it a little bit underneath, if he needs to float it, if he needs to throw the darts, he can do it all. So you really love to see that, and he's someone that can throw a little bit on the run as well. Again, that ties into the athleticism for him. The confidence under pressure, that's looking better and better. Last season, it was like, okay, wait, this guy pressure pocket collapses, he's a train wreck. Now we're seeing it a lot more though, where it's like, okay, he's being more confident in the pocket. He's trusting his blockers to do what they need to do to make sure he's protected, and he's delivering darts, he's delivering bullets all across the field. Playmaking ability, that just comes with his feet. Again, just understanding when the pocket is collapsing. If he needs to get it out, he gets it out quickly. If he needs to use his feet to escape that pressure and extend the play, he's doing that as well. So he's definitely a quarterback that you have to pay attention to, if you will, to get there as well. Field vision. He goes through his reads pretty good. He's not someone that knocks into his one target. Don't get me wrong, he can, but he scans the field left and right, right to left, up and down, all around. He scans the field pretty great, and that's something you love to see as a quarterback that's maturing, right? As he continues to grow, he's getting better at going through his reads and saying, all right, this guy's taking, boom, there's my guy right there. He's not just zoning in and then forcing those tight throws, even though at times he can make those tight throws. Now, every prospect has some areas of improvement as well, and Klubnik does too, right? Right now, it's inconsistency. He has some great games where it's like, wow, this is a top draft pick. This is a top 10 draft pick. Then he has some games where it's like, all right, this guy might not even squeeze out of day two. So he's not as consistent. His consistency is better this year, but we have seen those struggles, those up and downs, those roller coaster type of rides, and that's something that I want to see more consistent. Again, maybe he takes Clemson to the ACC championship and dominates. That could be great. This season, he is being a lot more consistent, but we've seen it in the past, the inconsistencies for him. His throwing mechanics, at times he's throwing off his back foot. At times he's, forcing throws in those tight windows where he doesn't need to. Those throwing mechanics, just understanding the quick releases, getting the ball out a little quicker, can help, and that can impact even him making the big plays downfield, hitting his wide receivers down the stretch as well. Good defensive coordinators can camouflage type of defenses against him. He kind of struggles against some of those complex defenses that are doing different things to again hide what they're trying to do. If they're in cover two, he's like, okay, there it is, but really they're trying to do cover one, whatever it may be. He's has trouble at identifying those type of complex defenses. And that's something, again, that's going to grow with maturity and as he takes further control of his huddle and his team around him. Decision making, as I mentioned, at times he makes some bad decisions. He's throwing in tight windows when he doesn't need to. He's throwing a little bit too late when he could have got out a little quicker. He's holding the ball a little bit too long at times. He has the playmaking ability, but at times it seems like he's waiting for things to unfold instead of making plays around that in that way. And that's where defenses can kind of pick up on him and get the best of him as well. So I want to see better decision making. Again, this year has look great compared to last year, but we're still seeing a little bit here and there where it's like, bro, why'd you throw that? You didn't have to, right? So that needs to come better as well. I think that will go with the maturity and just, growing further into the game at that college level and then to that pro level as well. Right now, I do have him as a day two prospect. I think he can. I have him as a round three. I think he could be a quarterback that's taken in round three. If he leads Clemson to an ACC championship and to a playoff berth and a playoff run, then maybe we could push him into round two. Maybe we can push him into round one. But right now, I think he's a round three day two prospect. And a team I would like to see take a shot on him is the New York Jets. Now, I know they drafted Jordan Travis out of Florida State last year. Jordan Travis had an injury that sidelined him and is going to sideline for him for a duration of this rookie season of his. So maybe they're a little hesitant, right? And they need depth behind Aaron Rodgers. We don't know how long Aaron Rodgers wants to play. He said, I want to play as long as I feel good and my body feels great. Yeah, everybody says that, but it hits you like that, right? So we don't know how long Aaron Rodgers is going to stay. Klubnik has a little bit of Aaron Rodgers' game to him. If you watch the way he plays, the way he moves in that pocket, a little bit's kind of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has better throwing mechanics. Aaron Rodgers has better IQ, of course, but that comes with being in the league for 20 years or however long Aaron Rodgers has been in there. My thought is, though, if Klubnik sits behind Rodgers for at least a season, let's assume Rodgers comes back for next season, sits behind Klubnik for at least a season or behind Rodgers at least a season, that's great mentorship. That's great development on understanding what Rodgers does to just elevate your game even further. Now, Jordan Travis can do it too. I do like Cade Klubnik a lot better than Jordan Travis, even though Jordan Travis looked phenomenal in Florida State. We saw what Florida State was without him. Klubnik, I think, is just a better overall talent than what Jordan Travis is. So having him be behind Aaron Rodgers and learn those type of things can be beneficial for him and do some great things for him as well. So I'm excited to see that. I think the New York Jets will be a great fit for him, not to mention they already have a team there. They have they're going to be improving their offensive line, but they have Garrett Wilson there, right? They have Brees Hall. They have Brandon Allen. Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams there next year. We'll see. But they have good playmakers already. Tyler Conklin already there for him. So it's not like he's going in there and they have to build around him. They already have something built. They just need a successor for Aaron Rodgers. And I think Klubnik can be that great. Now, as far as a fantasy impact, he's someone that offers a lot of boom, right? Because he gets multiple touchdowns a game. He can hit deep throws, which is great for you in yards. He's accurate. He's not throwing a lot of interceptions this year. So definitely someone that's great. I think right now he's a low-end QB1, more upside of a QB2-ish, but he does have the potential to be one of the top quarterbacks at that next level if he gets his shot. Time will tell if he does that based on drafting position, based on where he goes. If he's somewhere sitting behind the depth chart, like if he goes to, let's just say, New England, they just take a gander on him in third round or in the day 3 or whatever, Drake May probably starts over, right? But if he goes somewhere where it's like the quarterback's iffy, there's a chance that he could be a QB1 and he has that upside. Again, he needs those weapons. He's doing it with some great talent this year, like Brian Wesco, Antonio Williams, he was doing it with as well. So he's doing it with some talent. He can make those plays. I think he has the talent to be one of the top quarterbacks, but again, it's going to depend on where he's at and what shot he gets. But I think right now, QB2 is safe, but he has upside being a low-end QB1 as well. He's a solid pocket passer. He's solid with his feet as well, which will elevate his game for fantasy perspectives. So that's why I do love him. I think Klubnik can be something special in the NFL. Does he come out this year? I think he might. Again, day 2 prospect. Next year's class is very deep in the quarterback class, so maybe he waits just to bow it out and potentially get into the first round, especially depending how the season ends in Clemson. So a lot of things are to tell, but right now, Cade Klubnik is someone you should have on your radars. Your chance to buy low on him was when the season started. He's a little bit more expensive now to buy on him, but you can still probably go get him for another quarterback, if you will. Maybe go after Quinn Ewers. I kind of like Klubnik more than Quinn Ewers now. Now that I've seen Ewers kind of struggled heavily against that Georgia defense. But there are a lot more to see with Cade Klubnik. I think he's going to continue to elevate. We're going to see a lot more of his game, and it's just going to be some great things for him. So that's all we have for you in today's Devy Diamond. Again, Cade Klubnik, Devy Diamond, Clemson quarterback, just something that you want to watch. I think he's going to be great at that next level and do some phenomenal things. So continue to keep your eye on him. Until next time, we bring another Devy Diamond to you. I am the Devy Mastermind of the FFU. For everybody at Fantasy Football Universe, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all your support. And until next time, peace.